So next is source free second order circuit. Okay, already we have seen the source free first order circuit and the first order circuit with source. Okay, now the second order circuit. In second order circuit can be generated with help of two inductor or two capacitor, but with again or otherwise with help of both inductor and capacitor. But in general, for a second order circuit, we'll take both inductor and a capacitor. Okay, so the first case is series RLC circuit. Series RLC circuit. Okay, it involves resistance, inductance, and capacitance, but it is source free. That means what? Already either capacitor or inductor will be having some energy. Okay, from that energy it will operate. The circuit consists of resistance, inductance, and a capacitance. Okay, so now the assumption is here the capacitor is already having the energy. It is having some initial voltage. Okay, from that voltage it will operate. Okay, R L C. Okay, so the capacitor will have some initial voltage. From that voltage, some current will flow again forward and backward. Then finally, we'll get some waveform like sinusoidal waveform. Okay, or otherwise, it also depends on the resistance, inductance, and capacitance value, which kind of waveform that we are getting finally. Okay, but the assumption is here the capacitor is having some initial energy. If the capacitor is not having any initial energy, then there will not be any current, there will not be any voltage. So the assumption is either inductor or capacitor is having some initial energy. So again, finally the current will flow in again in some direction. Again, the current nature will be something like sinusoidal. That's why you can put current either this direction or in the opposite direction, no problem. So some current is there in the loop. Okay, once if the current is there like this, then we can write the KVL in this loop. Okay, Kirchhoff voltage law. That is IR. IR is the voltage across the resistance. Then what is the voltage across the inductance? That is L di divided by dt. And the voltage across the capacitor is 1 by C integration I dt. Okay, so that's why, because even if you take the current in the opposite manner, no problem, again still you will get this equation only. So just we are assuming some current is there in the loop, then finally we will see what is the nature of that current. Okay. So again, if you do the one more differentiation, because we always try to get the equation in terms of differential equation, because this equation consists of both differentiation and integration. Okay, because for the differential equations we know the solutions. Okay, standard format is there. That's why we will try to convert this equation into the differential equation. So you differentiate this equation one time, then you'll get R di by dt, and then L d square I by dt square, and then 1 by C into I. The differentiation and integration will cancel. Okay, then d square I by dt square. Okay, L, and this is R di by dt, and then I by C is equal to 0. Okay, this L also you can bring down. Okay, once if you bring down, that will become R by L, and here 1 by LC. Okay, so d square I by dt square. Okay, L you can bring that L you can bring down, that is R by L di by dt, again 1 by LC into I. 1 by LC into I is equal to 0. Again, this is now some standard differential equation format. Okay, this is the standard differential equation format. It is something like this: d square R by LD plus 1 by LC. Again, now we can write the solution for this equation. Okay, what could be the solution? Again, it depends on what is the value of R by L, what is the value of 1 by LC. Okay, so again, We can also represent this equation in terms of Laplace equation. Okay, the Laplace equation is you can take the Laplace here, that is L s square I of s, L s square I of s, then what is R by L, yes, I of s. Okay, then 1 by LC, 1 by LC I of s. This I of s you can take out. I of s, sorry, we written wrong here. Okay, so this is s square I of s R by L, s I of s, simply 1 by LC I of s is equal to 0. If you take I of s outside, then this is s square R by L s plus 1 by LC is equal to 0. Okay, again, this current cannot be 0. That's why this term could be 0. So next, s square R by Ls and 1 by LC is equal to 0. Again, this is the quadratic equation. For a quadratic equation, we know the solution. It will have two solutions, S1 and S2, that depends on minus B plus or minus B square minus 4a into C, 4 by LC, 4 by LC divided by 2a divided by 2, this is square root. Now this 2 I'll try to take upward. Okay, then this is minus R by 2L plus or minus R by 2L whole square. These 2 and this 4 will cancel. Again, this also I can write square root of 1 by LC whole square. Okay, now this is the equation. Okay, minus R by 2L plus or minus R by 2L whole square minus 1 by square root of LC whole square. Okay, now once if you observe this nature, this is something like, say, this term I will put it as alpha, some number alpha plus or minus same number only, R by 2L only I'm making the square, that means alpha square minus some new number. Okay, that I can call it as beta or something else, but this is something equal to omega naught. Okay, omega naught is the resonant frequency of the RL circuit. Once if you have the RLC circuit, then what is the resonant frequency of the circuit? That is 1 by square root of LC. Okay, so this I can write omega naught square. Okay, so my roots of the equation is something like this. Yes, when I have a plus, let it be S1. If it is minus, then it is S2. Again, what could be the solution of this equation? That really depends on what is the value of alpha and omega naught. Okay, suppose if alpha and omega is same, then I will get only this term. Okay, this term is same. Again, the roots are really equal. Roots are equal. Suppose if alpha is greater than omega naught, okay, then I will get some real answer, but that answer will be different. Some non-equal answers I will get. Okay, that because if this is different, one term I will get plus and another term I will get minus. Okay, so the roots will be real, but they are not equal. Or otherwise, in some case, if alpha is less than omega naught, okay, so when alpha is less than omega naught, then inside the root I will get the negative number. Once if inside the root is that there is a negative number, means the root, again the answer will be complex. Okay, so I can get the complex answer. Okay, so there are three chances are there. Okay, so three different variety of solution is possible. It all depends on what is the value of alpha and omega. And again, alpha and omega is function of what? Alpha and omega is function of R comma L comma C. Okay, so based on the value of RLC, okay, you'll get some solution, but that solution will be any one of that three solution. Okay, there are three different solutions are possible. Okay, so now what is alpha? Alpha is simply R by 2L. Okay, omega naught is simply 1 by square root of LC. So exam point of view, you have to remember this. What is alpha? What is omega naught? Okay, because this much derivation is not needed in the exam, but final this result is important. Okay, so you have to remember what is alpha. Okay, if it is a series RLC circuit, what is alpha? That is R by 2L, and omega naught anyway you already know, that is 1 by square root of LC. Okay, so and again see case 1. First I am assuming alpha is greater than omega naught. Alpha is greater than omega naught. Okay, our assumption is such a way RLC values are like that, then alpha value is greater than omega naught. Okay, so once if alpha is greater than omega naught, what is this? R by 2L is greater than 1 by square root of LC. Okay, so once if it is like that, okay, you see this equation, definitely you'll get again inside the root you will get the positive. Okay, inside the root you will get the positive. So what would be the value here? You will have some number plus inside the root you'll get some positive number. Okay, here some number is there. Okay, this is not alpha, this is S1. Okay, this is S2. So already some number is there. Inside the root you'll get some, again some wait a bit, inside the root some positive number, the same number only, but here for one root you will have plus, for another root you will have minus. But please remember, already this is minus. Okay, already this is minus. Okay, already this is minus. Now tell me finally what could be the answer? Is it negative or positive? Again, what could be the answer? Is it negative or positive? Anyway, the second case, definitely you will get negative only, because negative minus negative is negative only. Okay, positive is not possible. But what is the first case? Either you will get positive or negative. Anybody, any idea? Any idea is there? See, this is minus R by 2L. Positive minus R by 2L, R by 2L whole square, 1 by square root of LC. What could be this value? But our assumption is R by 2L is greater than omega naught. Okay, this is more than this one. Okay, what is the value? Is it negative or positive finally? Okay, so again here the simple way is you take some number and you operate it. Okay, you take some number. Okay, I take this is 5. Okay, then 5 square minus this value could be anything, but this is less than 5. Let me take 4. And இப்போ சொல்லுங்க, what is the value, final value? Again you will not have calculator. Is it negative or positive? Yes ma'am, yes.
இப்போ negative.
இப்போ negative, always that is negative. Okay, you are taking some number, the same number you are taking inside, that too you are subtracting, and again you are taking square root, then you will definitely this number will be less than this. Okay, so you will never get positive number. This is always negative. Okay, just think over it. Okay, you try to put different number, then think over it. So again the roots will be always negative. Okay, roots will be always negative, and also they are not equal. Okay, this is different, this is different. That means what? Okay, so in the graph I can put the roots like this. The roots will be real, but that is negative. Okay, here the roots are real number. Okay, if it is complex number it will come somewhere else, but if it is real number, once if it is real number, then it will come on the x-axis. Okay, it is a real number. Okay, because when you have a xy graph, if it is a complex number, it consists of both x and y. Okay, if it is a real number, only x. Okay, so the roots values are negative, but they are not equal. So again the roots are like this. So finally what is the conclusion? Okay, once the situation is like this, two roots are negative, two roots are negative and real, they are real and unequal, they are not equal. Okay, they are not equal. Okay, once if you have this situation, this is called as over damped system. This is called as over damped system. Okay, if the situation is like this, we'll call it as this as a over damped system. Then what is the response of this system? Okay, so you are having two roots. Okay, the roots are really different. Again, you know from the basics of mathematics, once if you have two roots, the roots are really different. Then S1t root 1 and another one is A2 root 2. Okay, you know this. Once if you have two real roots, if they are different, then the solution will be something like this. Okay, so A1 e power S1t, A2 e power S2t. But please remember, S1 value is negative. Okay, S1 value is negative. Similarly, S2 value is negative. Okay, again, A1, A2 can be determined from the initial condition. A1, A2 can be determined from the initial condition. Then once if you draw this nature, okay, so with respect to time, okay, so this is like over damped system. Okay, over damped system, then the response goes like this, and again it goes like this. Okay, so again, what I tell you, see, you take some number, something like this. Okay, e power minus 3t, one number, and simply e power minus 4t. Okay, for example, the assumption is here A1 and A2 is same, or otherwise you take some different number, no problem. Okay, you take some different value for A1 and A2. So what I advise you, you take different value of T naught. Okay, T. Okay, T start from 0 and again put 0.1 and you put some different value. Okay, 0.1, 0.2 up to 2, something like that. You put some different value, then you try to get this graph. Okay, you put different value for T such that you are getting this graph. Okay, tomorrow all of you has to do this. Okay, you take the equation again with help of calculator only you can do, because when e power minus for T you put 0.1, then e power minus 0.3, then from the calculator you see what is the answer. Then finally you draw this graph. Okay, you take some different number. Okay, you have to carefully take the number. Okay, if you take all the numbers here, then that is useless. Okay, so you plan yourself, you take a number in such a way that you are getting this graph. Okay, tomorrow all of you has to do this exercise. Okay, so once if you are not doing, then even after long time you will not understand this. Okay, so because once if the equation is like this, I'll write like this, because S1 value is negative, so it gradually it increases after certain time, then it decreases, it will reach 0. Okay, it will reach 0. So just you try to solve this again. In the beginning it may create some problem, because I think once if you put t is equal to 0, both are, I think answer will become like 2. Answer will become like 2. And the one more problem here is, because we do not know what is the actual value of A1 and A2. Okay, is the actual value of A1 and A2, because A2 may be positive or negative, we do not know. A2 may be positive or negative, so we do not know what is the actual value. That's why in the beginning it may create some problem. So for that, what I suggest you take minus here e power, because we do not know what is the actual value of A1 and A2, because just like that we cannot take both are positive, both are negative like that. Okay, it may be having some value. Okay, so again, to satisfy with this, once if we take t is equal to 0, e power 0 is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0. Okay, so and again, yes, this is okay. So you just draw the graph for this one, then what is the answer? Okay, you take this function, you take the different value of t, then you try to get this graph. Okay, if you are not getting, then we'll see. Okay, what is the other possibilities? Okay, so this is the first case. Okay, so in the first case, what is the condition? Alpha is greater than omega naught. That means what? R by 2L is greater than 1 by square root of LC. Once if this is the case, then we'll get the really negative roots. They are real, and also they are not equal, they are unequal. Such a system is called as over damped system. Okay, the response could be like this. Okay, so in control system we'll see in detail, but here we'll stop up with this. Okay, so next case, case 2. So case 2 will take alpha is equal to omega naught. Okay, both are same. That means what is alpha? Alpha is equal to R by 2L. Omega naught is equal to square root of 1 by square root of LC. Okay, such a system is called as critical damped system. Okay, when both are equal, such a system is called as critical damping, critically damped system. Okay, then what could be the solution? Once if both are equal, what is the generalized formula? The generalized formula S1 S2 is equal to minus R by 2L, okay, R by 2L whole square, okay, 1 by square root of LC whole square. Then these two terms are equal. Okay, once R by 2L is equal to 1 by square root of LC, these two terms are equal, then we will not get the second term. So only we'll get the first term. Okay, just minus R by 2L, minus R by 2. Now what is the case? Here there are two roots. That roots are repeated and also they are negative. Okay, now the roots are negative and also they are repeated. Okay, two roots are negative, two roots are negative and also real, and also they are equal. Okay, they are repeated. Okay, once if the roots are repeating, then in the graph we can draw like this. Okay, some root is there at the negative, but it is getting repeated. For example, it may be -2 or -3 something like that. Okay, it is getting repeated. Okay, so once if the roots are repeated, there are two roots. Again, you know from the basics of mathematics, whenever the roots are getting repeated, the solution of the equation, okay, what would be the solution of the equation? Anybody, what is the solution? The solution I of t is equal to e power s1t a1t plus a2. Okay, generally in mathematics we used to write like this: ax plus b e power minus that root into t. Okay, generally in mathematics we used to write like this. Okay, so the same only I'm writing here. Okay, so ax plus b, because their variable is x, but here the variable is t, and again e power that common root. Okay, it's not like s1, anyone, s1, s2, both are same. Okay, so it is like this. Okay, once if the situation is like this, then what would be the diagram? Okay, and again please remember this is something like e power minus 4t and a1t plus a2, and again we do not know really what is the value of a1 and a2. Okay, it could be anything. So finally, but what would be the waveform? Okay, the waveform, if it is like this, it is called critically damped system. Then again, the more or less the critical damped system and for over damped system, the response may look like same, but there is some minor difference is there. Okay, minor difference. Once if you see it here, it reaches the peak very slowly. Okay, the over damped system will try to reach the peak very slowly, whereas in case of critical damped system, it will reach the peak very quickly. Okay, very quickly. So this is the some minor difference between the over damped system and a critical damped system. Okay, so but once if you are given with any one of the diagram, then it is really difficult to find out whether it is over damped or critical damped. But if they are giving both, then you can easily identify which one is over damped, which one is critical damped system. Okay, so this is critical damping, critical damped, critical damp. So now what you do? Okay, you take some proper equation where e power 0 is 1. Okay, this is 0. You take this equation, then okay, I can take the equation like this. Okay, e power minus 4t, where a1 I take plus 1, a2 I take minus 1. It could be anything. Okay, so once at t is equal to 0, what is happening? E power 0 is 1. Okay, here 0 minus 0 minus 1, minus 1 we are getting. So 1 e power 0. Okay, so what we can take such that at t is equal to 0, exactly we are getting 0. e power 0 is 1. Anywhere t is equal to 0, irrespective of, again we'll get a2 only. Okay, so what I suggest you, okay, we take a2 as 0. Okay, we take a2 as 0. Once again a2 may or may not be 0, but here our assumption is a2 is 0. Okay, you take this function e power minus 4t into t, you take different value of t, different value of t, then try to plot this waveform, try to plot this waveform. So next one is case 3. Okay, in case 3, the alpha value is less than omega naught. Okay, that means r by 2l is less than 1 by square root of lc. Okay, once the situation is like this, what would be the value of s1 comma s2? S1 comma s2 in general r by 2l plus or minus r by 2l whole square minus 1 by square root of lc whole square overall square root. Now this value is less than this value. Okay, the first term is smaller than the second term. That means what, once if you take the difference, then definitely you will get negative. Definitely you will get negative. That's why what I can do, okay, so I can take one minus outside, one minus outside. Okay, so square root of minus is j, square root of minus is j. Then I can put like this. I can put like this. I can put like this. Now, the terms inside the square root is positive because we took like that. Okay, so we have just modified. Okay, so because with the help of j, we have overcome that problem. Okay, so inside the root, if it is negative, then it is difficult to operate. So I am interchanging this. Okay, because of that, I am taking one j. Now inside the root, I will get positive only. Okay, so please always remember, whenever we are writing alpha plus j beta, alpha is also real, beta is also real. In such a way it is modified. In such a way it is modified. So okay, so once our assumption is minus alpha, okay, minus alpha, and we have modified it. So this is omega naught square minus alpha square, omega naught square minus alpha square. Okay, so again here the roots is complex. Here the roots are complex. One is say the S1 is minus alpha plus or minus plus j omega naught square minus alpha square. The another root is S2 minus alpha minus j omega naught square minus alpha square. Now, what is this omega naught square minus alpha square? See, whenever you have a complex number, okay, this is like complex number, this is real part, this is imaginary part. Now, for a complex number, say if this is alpha, okay, this is alpha, and this side is omega naught square alpha square. Okay, so whenever we draw the triangle, we take only the positive number. Okay, positive. Really, the signs are going to decide the what angles. Okay, only angles. Okay, so for a magnitude point of view, this is alpha. This is real term. This is imaginary term. Okay, this is something like some complex number with a plus jb. Once if it is like that, then how we will write? This is a, this is b. Then what would be this value? A square plus b square square root, a square plus b square square root. Now here we will see what is this value. This value is alpha square plus this term square. Okay, so this is like what you will get alpha square. Once if you square this term, you'll get omega naught square minus alpha square. Okay, then both the term will cancel. Okay, both the term will cancel. Then here what is the answer? Omega naught square. Okay, here the answer is omega naught square. Okay, again you know omega naught is the frequency of the tank circuit LC oscillator. Okay, that is 1 by square root of LC. So again, what is this new term? Okay, so this is alpha. Okay, and again this is omega naught. This is omega naught. Okay, we'll put some new name here. This is also a frequency. Okay, once if you see, observe this term. omega naught square minus alpha square. Okay, that is equal to new term, that is omega d. Okay, omega d. Okay, so omega naught is the natural frequency of oscillation. Okay, without any damping. Okay, again, if the damping is there, then that frequency will reduce. Okay, instantaneously the frequency will reduce. Okay, so this is omega naught square minus alpha square. Okay, so the omega d is called as a damped frequency, damping frequency. Okay, damping frequency. Omega d means damping frequency. Damping frequency. Okay, I'll tell you what is damping frequency, or what is this is called natural frequency. Natural frequency of oscillation. This is called damping frequency of oscillation. Okay, so again, if you see this complex number, okay, both are having real part, but the real part is negative. Okay, both are having real part, but the real part is negative. Again, imaginary is like a complex conjugate. Okay, one is plus j, but the same value is here, and the another one is minus j, another one is minus j. So once if you try it in the graph, okay, so again the roots will be something like this. Okay, some real part is there, but that real part is negative, and also some imaginary part. Okay, that imaginary part is plus j omega d, and another one is minus j omega d, where this will call it as a alpha, that to minus alpha. Okay, it's like a negative number. Okay, so exactly at minus alpha, at some negative number, the real value is there. Again, imaginary also is there, the two complex conjugate. Now, what is the natural frequency of oscillation? What is the damped frequency of oscillation? Why the damping is there? Okay, so the natural frequency of oscillation means, okay, if you have a frequency, then it will oscillate like this without any degradation in the amplitude. Okay, this is called natural frequency of oscillation. Okay, suppose if sine wave is there, the sine wave will oscillate, okay, with some frequency. That frequency is the natural frequency of oscillation. Okay, this frequency of this sine wave is simply 1 by square root of LC. Okay, if it is getting oscillated without reduction in the amplitude, then we'll call it as a natural frequency of oscillation. So in some cases, what happens? Okay, it is also a sine wave, but its amplitude is getting decreased over a period of time. Over a period of time, its amplitude is getting decreased. Okay, so it is also like a oscillation nature, but during the process of oscillation, its amplitude is getting decreased. Okay, why it is getting decreased, that is different scenario. Okay, so again, to denote this, okay, so it is having both a frequency and also oscillation. Okay, to denote this waveform, we are using damped oscillation, omega d. Okay, so omega d, again this omega d depends on what? Okay, omega d depends on omega naught. Omega d depends on omega naught and also alpha. Okay, and also alpha, because what is omega d? Omega d is equal to omega naught square minus alpha square. Okay, so omega d is equal to omega naught square minus alpha square. Okay, so how it is getting, what is the reduction rate, whether it is getting decreased at very faster rate or at a slower rate, it all decided by alpha. Okay, if alpha is 0, then there is no reduction. If alpha value increases, then at a faster rate it will get reduced. Okay, if alpha value is small, it will be getting reduced at a smaller rate. Okay, so that is the idea. Okay, so you are having undamped oscillation, and again damping is there. What is the amount of damping? It all decided by alpha. Okay, again, what is the range of alpha? Okay, what could be the range of alpha? That is a different scenario. Okay, what are all the alpha values possibilities there? That in detail we'll see in the control system. Okay, in control system. Okay, now you should know the difference between the ordinary oscillation and also the damped oscillation. Okay, so this is called damped oscillation. Okay, so once the situation is like this, once if you have a complex conjugate roots, but the real value of the roots are negative, the real value of the roots are negative, then what is the response? Now the two roots are complex, two roots are complex conjugate with negative real part. with negative real part, then the response will be like this. Okay, the response will be like this. This is the response. Okay, then mathematically how can we write? Okay, so e power minus alpha t, where alpha is the real part of the roots. Okay, what is the real part of the roots? That is alpha. E power minus alpha t. Okay, then this is a1 cos omega dt plus a2 sin omega dt. Okay, a1 cos omega dt and then plus a2 sin omega dt. Okay, again, from the differential equation, whenever you have a root of complex conjugate nature, then this is the solution format. Okay, so the real part we will write in terms of e power, the imaginary part we will write in terms of cos and sin. Okay, cos omega dt. Okay, where omega d is what? Imaginary term, a1 cos omega dt and then a2 sin omega dt. Okay. So now finally we'll compare all these. Okay. Okay, once if the session is over, you can start with the same link.
Sir,
Yes sir, சொல்லுங்க.
கேஸ் 2ல வந்து IFT வந்து A1 plus A2 சார்.
A1 plus
A1 plus A2.
இல்ல அது எப்படி வேணாலும் போட்டுக்கலாம் சார், அது ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் இல்ல. A1 A2 கான்ஸ்டன்ட் தானே. இல்ல அது எப்படி வேணாலும் போட்டுக்கலாம் சார், அது ஒரு பிரச்சனை இல்ல. A1 A2 கான்ஸ்டன்ட் தானே, அது எப்படி வேணாலும் போடலாம், அது ஒரு பிரச்சனை இல்ல. ஓகே, ax plus b னு போடலாம், a plus bx னு போடலாம். இந்த ஃபார்மட் தான் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். ஒரு இதுக்கு t வரும், ஒரு இதுக்கு t வராது.
அப்ப தேர்ட் வேரியபிள் வரும்போது x2 வந்து
தேர்ட்லாம் வராது சார், தேர்ட்லாம் வராது. இங்க நம்ம 2 வேரியபிளுக்கு மட்டும் தான் அந்த சொல்யூஷன். தேர்ட் வேரியபிள்லாம் இங்க வர மாதிரி வராது. தேர்ட் வேரியபிள் போச்சுனாலே அது காம்ப்ளெக்ஸ் நேச்சர். அதெல்லாம் அதாவது நீங்க சொல்றது 3 ரிப்பீட்டட் ரூட் சொல்றீங்களா?
எஸ் சார்.
3 ரிப்பீட்டட் ரூட்ஸ் வர மாதிரி இருக்கான்னு எனக்கு தெரியல. ஜெனரலா நம்ம 2 ரூட்ஸ் பார்க்கும்போது